I was drafted at 19 from Inland Steel in Indiana Harbor there. And I took my basic training in Fort Knox, Kentucky. Then after, I believe it was 8 or 9 months, I was shipped over to Korea, which I spent 14 months. My main job was, I was a mechanic with the 179th Infantry Service Company Regiment. We took care of all the vehicles that could come close to the front. We try to maintain all the vehicles up there. The action that I can talk about is mainly it was artillery and mortars, and it was all from mountain to mountain. We'd take a mountain this week and fall back and then come back and go for the same mountain. And but just talking doesn't tell you about the 40-some thousand soldiers that got killed there. That was one of our jobs, I should say, assignments. The roads were just one-lane roads, and we would probably take a 3/4 ton to go pick up the soldiers that were killed or wounded at the front. One time I remember I had an assistant taking a dead U.S. soldier off the barbed wire that was shot up. So then we put him on our truck to take him back to the division area. But you try not to think about. You're there doing the job and hope we'll get up the next morning do it again. Unless you were right at the fighting area, you never thought about it because you still had to do your job. Right. You got to keep going, and that was it. So you didn't worry too much, except, like I say, if you were in a fighting area right on top of the hill or the mountain, that was it. I was drafted, and they thought I was an Army engineer when they first asked who knows anything about building. I said, well, I'm an apprentice bricklayer, and they says, well, you're in charge of building all the huts for our motor vehicles before winter gets here. So I was assigned maybe a half a dozen South Koreans to go up to the mountains there and cut down the trees, which we're going to use for our garages. And then the Koreans, they would put everything together and sew the canvas, and that was it. All the vehicles we had when I got there in 1953 were replicas and relics from the World War II. We had no new vehicles. It was all used from the Second World War. Our new vehicles came in late 1953, where we got all the new automatic. But as far as traffic goes, no night driving. The roads were treacherous as far as driving vehicles, whether it be from a Jeep to a 2.5 ton. Many slid off the roads and had to be retrieved. No recreation. The only thing, you get a PX truck would come maybe once a week, and then try to hurry to get there to get your cigarettes or Hershey bars or whatever. See, at the time that I remember, I was 19 years old, and the war never really came up about North and South. There might have been newspaper articles, slight radio announcements or TV announcements. Other than that, it was just we weren't in it yet. Till we got in, I think in early 1950, when the U.S. went to help South Korea. But other than that, there wasn't much talk about it. I got off the bus by myself, carried my knapsack, and that was it. But the fanfare, as far as war being over, and it wasn't there. For me, just looking back is always the memories, like I say, retrieving the dead bodies. I mean, that wasn't in our...
It's not something you would expect to be doing.
No. We're automobile maintenance, and that didn't come under automobile maintenance.
Right.
Other than that, it's just another job, and hope you don't get shot or whatever, and that's it.